Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. See, I paused for 30 seconds because I wanted to show you guys something. And for some of you, you guys felt uncomfortable sitting and watching me do absolutely nothing. Some of you skipped the video. Some of you thought, is this video frozen? They skipped past it. They wanted to skip past to see my talking bit. Because a lot of us aren't comfortable just being. How many of us refuse to sit in silence? How many of us have to put music on to distract our minds? In this video today, I want to talk to you guys about being over doing. Let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing really well. I just want to come on here to expand on something that I wrote on my Twitter the other day. And if you're not following me on Twitter, do follow me. Sometimes I tweet. I don't tweet every day, but sometimes I have thoughts and I have to share it. So I wrote on Twitter that some people are really going to struggle with an identity crisis in the next few days because you don't know how to be without doing. Who you think you are is so linked to your performance that the thought of being still is going to terrify you. And I was going to say we are going to struggle because I didn't want it to sound like I was judging people, but it's something that I've had to learn is that I'm not a human doing, I'm a human being. And what I find with this crisis is that there are a lot of people that don't know who they are because they're not doing anything. We're not allowed to go out, we're not allowed to work, we're not allowed to be around people, we're not allowed to really do our job. For a lot of us, our job is our being. So we've turned what we do and what we're good at into who we are. And so we feel like if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, then we are useless to society. And a lot of people I find put their value in what they can do, and that's not even just in career, but that's just in like the person that they are. So it's like if they're not doing something, they're not actually physically going out and helping people or doing something hands-on, they feel like they don't have any value. And obviously I spoke about in my last video that significance comes with the people that you help, but when you find your identity in what you were doing, and I find that as I scroll through Twitter, there are a lot of people doing good things for other people and then they're talking about it like they want that pat on the back, like, oh my god, everyone's at home chilling and I'm down here at the homeless shelter handing out this and this is what I'm doing. But however, that is not bad within itself, but you want to get approval, you want to get praise because of what you are doing, because you find your identity in what you do. And the reason why you find your identity in what you do is because you get approved for it, you get celebrated for it. So you feel like if people aren't celebrating you, people aren't saying, wow, well done, you're so amazing, you don't feel like you have any worth. Part of being a confident, stable person or stable woman is knowing that you aren't what you do. And even for people that may be mothers or teachers or something, even in this moment, you can't do the thing that you want to do because everything is on lockdown. Let's say, for instance, you're a lawyer, you trained all this time, you studied to become a lawyer, you're good at your job, what you do is amazing, you help people, and it's great. But now that you can't go into work because of the coronavirus, now you're having a mental breakdown. I feel like there's two camps of people. There's a camp of people that are like myself who thrive. Do you know what? Like for the last couple of days, I've actually woken up genuinely happy. And I've had to ask myself, why am I so happy? When I got down to the root of it, it was because I wasn't waking up every day feeling the need to compete. When I'm going on Instagram, someone's doing this or someone's doing that, and knowing that no one can actually go out anyway. I know it sounds really bad when you think about it. Why should you want people to stop going out so that you can feel better about yourself? But there's something in this world that tells us that we are valuable when we're doing something. And so we don't feel valuable unless we're being useful. However, our presence in itself, we were born to be a human being. I feel like the only time you're actually allowed to just be is when you're a baby, right? When you're from 0 to 12 months, even that shortest amount of time that we're actually allowed to just be, right? If we're sleeping, no one's gonna judge us and say you are lazy, you're a baby. And that's why sometimes I envy babies, like they don't have to do anything, there's no pressure on them to be successful. Everything is at the mercy of their parents. They are their parents' responsibility. And of course I'm not saying that I don't want to be responsible in life, but I feel like there's a difference between being an adult and being responsible and having undue burden. I feel like we live in a world world where we are forever burdened by things, that there's always something to do or somewhere to go. And even if you don't get to go out, you have FOMO, you have a fear of missing out. And it's just like, we can't really catch a break. There's so much expectation on us. For some people, it is their parents being like, when will you do this? When are you going to get a job? When are you going to marry? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? But then for a lot of us, it isn't even external. It's internal. It's within ourselves that we feel like we're a failure if we're not living up to the standard, the imaginary standard that has been created and that everybody else seems to be living by. I find that the same expectation, the same burden everybody feels. But who defined these things? Who defined what it means to be useful or successful? And I think for me, I'm just having so much time to just reflect and think. And like I was saying, I wake up every morning with peace, knowing that I can move at my own pace. And I find that my pace, the pace that I so thoroughly enjoy, is a pace of ease and slowness. When maybe I get one thing accomplished in a day and not 10, or I put out one video and not 3. I find my joy knowing that the day is, I guess, going quicker than usual because there's not really much to do. There's nowhere to go. Grace Victoria tweeted, because she suffers from anxiety, and she said to her therapist that she feels actually a lot more calmer than she is used to feeling. Like with everything on lockdown, she feels a lot more calm. And her therapist said it's because you're used to chaos. You're born in chaos. So you appreciate this calm. However, I believe, and if you have anxiety, please comment below and let me know if this is true. During this time of kind of uncertainty of lockdown, there's this peace that you feel. And the anxiety comes from the world because the world's moving so fast and we live in the first world and everything is you wake up, you get on a train, you go to work, you go for lunch, you go to work, you come back from work, you go to sleep, you wake up, you go to work, you're on a train, you go to lunch. That rat race, I think it's not healthy for us. And I'm personally from the Caribbean, for those of you who do not know. And for those of you who are from back home or the Caribbean or Africa, you know that the pace of those countries are so slow. And for us, we actually can't understand why everything takes longer than it needs to take. And that's because we are so used to, in the Western world, of everything fast food, fast fashion, fast everything. Everything is so instant for us and we want things quick. And if the internet takes longer than 2 seconds to upload a page, we just cross it off. We just like, I can't deal with this. My internet is so slow. For me, when I went to the Caribbean and I was there for 2 weeks, I felt like I was there for a month because every day I'd wake up and it's just the same routine. But it's so nice because it's like, I can breathe. I can go down to the beach and just like chill by the beach, or I can go and see family and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, it's just a nice way of like living. And I do appreciate the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the hustle of the United Kingdom. I appreciate the hustle of London. I appreciate the get up and go that the city gives us. But it's also not the greatest for our mental health because we constantly feel like if we're not moving, if we're not doing, if we're not going somewhere, we are worthless. And that cannot be further from the truth. We are human beings and not human doings. Our existence does not consist of our doing, our much effort. And for me, like I said in my last video, I found so much joy this year in just being. And so I can't remember the last time I woke up in the morning and I was genuinely excited for the day. And I feel like I'm even more productive now that I've got a mindset of calm. When you're constantly busy and you may feel like you're checking things off of your checklist, you don't have the same amount of peace that you would if you wasn't doing so much. I hope that makes sense. Like even though I'm I'm like ticking things off, I feel like busyness gives us an illusion of progress. But all busyness does is stress us out. It would be interesting for me to see the rates of anxiety and depression if it actually comes down during this time, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel really calm. And even though everything is uncertain, there's this calmness that I feel because I feel like we're all in the same position, I guess. Like even celebrities, we see the celebrities doing normal stuff and now we kind of have a sense of normality. Like no one's like selling out arenas, no one's like making $1 billion. Like, but I can't explain it. I hope you guys are buying where I'm coming from, but we all kind of feel like we're all in this together. There's a level playing field. There's not a sense of competition. And I find online especially that because people are so used to getting applause and validation, and because everything outside has really moved online, there is a sense of people still trying to get validation, whether it's through videos or TikToks. And even though TikToks are fun, I'm going to put out one as well. But there seems to be a validation issue with a lot of us. We need to be validated. We need to be seen. If we don't feel seen, we feel invisible. We feel like we're useless. And I really wish that we could be a people that really have value in being. And it's like, once you allow yourself to just be, I feel like it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And yes, it's great to succeed. It's great to get things done. It's great to smash goals. But you want to prioritize your mental health during this process. And so I really feel like this season of stillness should bring about in you a season of rest. And that's one thing that I wanted to mention as well. Because of the circumstance right now, there's literally nothing to do. And I think a lot of us keep busy because we don't want to face ourselves. We don't want to face the reality of who we are. So we will accumulate friends. We want to be surrounded by friends, especially for extroverts. We want to be surrounded by people. We want to be a center of attention. We want to be out. We want to be anywhere but here with ourselves alone. And I really think it's because when we finally get still with ourselves, the reality of who we are will smack us in the face. And a lot of us don't want to get still enough to be real. And the last thing that I want to mention, for a lot of us who may be at home surrounded by family, and it can be quite intoxicating because like usually a lot of us distract ourselves with what we do, and so we never spend as much time as we're spending now with our loved ones. And some of you may be arguing with your partner or your family, but this time is really showing you what you're really like. A lot of us spend more time at work than we do at home, but this time is showing us what's really going on. And for some of us, it's going to terrify us, and for others, it's going to make you stronger and more in tune with yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short quick video. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with those who you may feel like needs it. And I'm excited for the uncertainty of the future. I don't want to have to know everything. I don't want to live a life of predictability, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.